Welcome to the Diversity Scholarship Foundation's Profiles in the Law. I'm your host for this segment, and my name is Jesse Reyes. I'm an appellate court justice in the First District here in Illinois, and I'm also president of the Diversity Scholarship Foundation. As I've mentioned in the past, these are a series of conversations that we're having with prominent members in the legal profession, and we definitely have one today. Ian Sharping, who is going to be the incoming president of the Filipino American Lawyers Association. Welcome, Ian.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, no, it's our pleasure. I looked at your bio. You are a very well-traveled person. Hawaii, Chicago, Indiana, Wisconsin, not the Brown. Did you have frequent flyer miles? Or?
Oh, God, I'm lucky. My mom worked for the United Airlines, so, it helps to be able to travel on her passes up until 25. So I'm able to get around, so that was nice.
Oh, okay. All right. And then you're currently, you're going to be the president, and we're going to talk about FALA, as is commonly known.
Yeah.
FALA. But currently you're a commissioner in the Court of Claims.
Yeah, pretty new position. I was appointed just in November of 2024. Really interesting process, and the types of claims that I get to do hearings on are very interesting. So
yeah, could you explain to our viewers a little bit about the Court of Claims?
Yeah,
they may not know about it.
For sure. So the Illinois Court of Claims oversees cases when the state of Illinois is sued in a civil matter. And it does not get to the Court of Claims until all of the other matters have been settled in circuit court. So we would get that claim afterwards. And these are typically claims like, you could be suing, say, the Illinois State Police after a car accident, or maybe you slip and fell in DMV. But the cases I get more than any are when an inmate in a state facility has something lost or stolen, and we were responsible for keeping his property safe. Mm-hmm. Sometimes when we're transferring them from one facility to another, stuff happens, stuff gets lost, and we're responsible for that, or the state of Illinois is responsible for that, and the state absorbs a lawsuit, and then I oversee that hearing. So deciding whether or not the petitioner approved his claim or not.
And hearings, are they like trials in the Court of Claims? Yeah.
So the Attorney General represents the state of Illinois, and then the petitioner, comes in, even if they're incarcerated. We set something up so they can do that remote, and they put their case on. When they're incarcerated, typically they're pro se. Yeah. But anyone can bring a case against the state of Illinois, and then it would just be like a regular hearing, generally follow the rules of evidence, and it's truncated. We don't have a jury, but otherwise, they'll exchange information, they'll go through that discovery process, and then they come in and they have a hearing before me.
So, in the circuit court, particularly, criminal defendants, as you're referring to, they'll either have a public defender, or when they appeal, they'll have someone from the Office of State of Appellate Defenders. Is that the same with the Court of Claims?
No, different here. So they're definitely guaranteed representation in a criminal case. Mm-hmm. They can also get representation if it's an actual civil rights violation. Mm-hmm. But in these cases, because it's a civil claim, mm-hmm. They are not appointed either like a public defender or anyone like that. So we get a lot more pro ses.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. And you've been doing this how long now?
Just we got 6 months now, so still pretty new.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
So, and I also noticed in your bio that you have been involved in education at all different levels. Can you talk to our viewers a little bit about that?
Yeah, so one, I love teaching, and I've been working in higher ed since about 2012 now. So before that, from 2003 to 2012, I was a general practice litigation attorney. And at that point, I needed a little bit of change. It's hard to be in private practice. It can wear on you.
Sure.
After a while. Figuring out how to bill hours and things like that can get a little bit tedious. And I met a girl.
Oh.
And she said, maybe you should try out teaching. So she introduced me to some of the folks at the city colleges of Chicago.
Okay.
And I interviewed on like a Tuesday or Wednesday, and it went really well, apparently, because I got offered the job. And I said, okay, that's great. When does it start?
Yeah.
Ellen goes, Monday. So I had all of 4 or 5 days to prepare. But jumped right in there.
Yeah, not like going right into the fire.
That's right. That's right. And it's been fun. The students really get a kick out of someone who can bring in some real world experience. I typically either teaching folks who want to be police officers going to law enforcement, so that's on the criminal justice side, or are interested in becoming paralegals. So that is very beneficial. My background in law, I've worked with paralegals off and on throughout my career. So giving them that insight and how I would interact with paralegals, I think resonates with the students.
Yeah, and I mean, those of us that have practiced law as attorneys, we know how invaluable paralegals are, especially well-trained paralegals. When I was in the Corporation Council, I had a young man right out of college and took him under my wing, and I tell you, he's one of the best.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they keep us on task. Really good paralegal is they do a really good job of making sure we don't look bad. So they make sure we don't miss any dates, organize all our files. They can call clients. They can get stuff on our desk. Make sure that everybody's up to speed. Making sure that the office in general is in good shape. I think those things are all invaluable.
Right. Yeah, and then creating miracles, getting you the exhibits that you find out at the last minute you need, right?
For sure, or just a client who hasn't, you're representing someone and you've been asking, and all of a sudden you're a paralegal who's maybe closer in age, maybe a female. They don't want to hear a male voice. All of a sudden, there it is. Boom! I've been asking for these medical records for months and months and months. Boom! They're on the desk.
Right.
So
yeah.
it certainly works out.
That's great. So you're no longer in private practice.
Rarely. So my wife is also an attorney. She owns her own practice. And from time to time, I get called in like, hey, can you help out? We're swamped. And so I will help
that's
out.
Nice.
Yeah, typically on stuff that is more transactional. So that I can, work in with my schedule. So she does mostly family law, sometimes, post-divorce. There's a piece of real estate that needs to be sold. I might step in to help out there. Folks like to redo or think about their estate planning, so wills and trusts, I'll help out in those spaces more than anything. And then every once in a while, you just get things scheduled on the same day, and so she'll have to appear in one county, and I can appear for her in another county. It's not as tough anymore. We have a lot of Zoom court still, which is nice. That doesn't happen as much. But from time to time, it will, and I'm happy to help.
Well, you are a commissioner on the Court of Claims. You're a professor. You're a litigator, a bar leader, a husband, and a dad. How do you do it all?
It is tough sometimes, and I look up to you a lot of times. I see you at all of our events, and every time there's something going on, is Justice Reyes going to be there? Oh yeah, of course he's going to be there. So I certainly take some of that lead from you, and I've learned this throughout, is you have to have a team. Mm-hmm. And I'm grateful, fortunate that my mother-in-law lives with us and can help with the kids. In fact, she's with my oldest right now at a baseball game.
Oh, nice.
So that's very helpful. Having a wife who understands, how the stresses and how much we might be running around is very helpful.
Sure.
And then, we're talking about training legal assistants and things like that, they're invaluable to me. You know, they make sure I make it to all the places I need to make it to, which is very helpful.
And speaking of your mother-in-law, I mean, I've been to some Fala events, and she's a great cook.
Oh, that's what's going to get me all the views here. She and all her friends, she's going to make sure that everybody knows. And she is a wonderful cook.
Yeah. And every time I go to a Fala event and I know that she's going to be there, I'm like, all right, I'll be there. Because I know that the food is going to be very tasty.
It's going to be good. Yeah, for sure.
So can you tell our viewers a little bit about Fala, the history and...
Yeah, so it is the Filipino American Lawyers Association, and it was initially FABA, the Filipino American Bar Association, and I think about 10 years ago we had kind of a reorganization. We changed our name, and we are associated with the National Asia Pacific American Bar Association, so that's NAPABA, and NFALA, the National Filipino American Lawyers Association. So we do coordinate with those two groups when we're talking about larger events and things that happen nationwide. Both of those organizations have an annual conference where we all come together from all over the country and we talk about issues that impact us all across the country. But we serve really as the local affiliate here in the Chicagoland area. And, you know, of course, there's issues that are very local. It's also nice to have that networking that's much more local. But in terms of what's going on right now, I think that two things. So one, June 26th, we're going to have our Summer Soiree at the Metropolitan Club. All of you out there, all of you viewers are certainly welcome to join us. It's going to be fun. We'll have some entertainment there. We're going to have some great food, wonderful views from Metropolitan Club, which is at the Willis Tower, or Sears Tower for you guys who have been around for a little while. And then...
And do you have a website that if anybody wanted to...
FalaChicago.org, so FALA Chicago.org. Give us a look. You can buy the tickets there. And then the other thing is we are in the process of restarting our legal clinic. So it is a free service to all community members. We are the only affiliation in the Midwest that does specifically reach out to the Filipino community, but it's open to all members of the public. We are trying to restart that, and we're trying to get a new location out in Des Plaines. We happen to know some of the folks at the local church. They have some space now available, so we're working out the details there. We'd love to restart that. We think it's a great service to the community. It happens usually once a month, and you get a chance to come in and talk for free to a lawyer. Any question, and if you qualify financially, you can get free service from a lawyer.
Well, one of the things that I like to say is FALA, like a lot of other bar associations, does go out into the community. Yeah. But it's also an organization that stresses very much family-oriented events.
Yes, for sure. So another good point there. So things like as commonplace as a golf event. So, we have golf outings like all lawyers, right? So you figure, it's going to be stuffy. No. Not us. So we allow kids, some of us have kids and they're interested in golfing. So we've got 10, 11, 12-year-olds who are out there on the course. We've got a golf ball cannon. So it's like, you don't know how to hit a golf ball, but man, you can aim this thing and shoot it out there, and try and get closest to the pin. We got all kinds of fun stuff like that, and always good food afterwards.
Excuse me.
And so, we try and make it open and available to everyone. This year, we're going to shorten the outing to 9 holes, but in the morning, we're going to have a clinic. So folks who are newer to the sport of golf, and we had a bunch of our members say like, hey, we want to get involved, but we don't feel comfortable yet. We understand it's important to build relationships that way, or can be, but we don't want to make a fool of ourselves in front of partners and things like that. So we're going to set up some quick clinic in the morning, so people get comfortable with the sport, and then they'll be able to participate in the afternoon.
Wow, that's great. And then you also have your holiday events, which are always a lot of fun too.
Yeah. So we've got usually 3 major events. We've got the Summer Soiree, we've got the golf outing, and then our big holiday party at the end of the year.
Karaoke.
Yeah. We have some singing that usually happens. We've got a lot of food. Again, it's a family-friendly event. People from all over, they bring their kids in. Yes, singing is certainly part of Filipino culture, food, singing. We also, sometimes we have a talent show. And I will say, for those of you who don't know, Romeo and his son are pretty darn talented. So we've had them win their talent show one year. We had the Tan Eggs one year. Ray and his family all performed together. It's been a lot of fun. So we try and have a good time during those events.
And again, could you provide the link to the website?
Yeah, Follow Chicago. So FALA Chicago.org. Yeah, check us out. You're more than welcome to attend our events. If you have questions, you can reach out to us. There's contact information on there for our email address. If you're looking for an attorney, if you're somebody who is an attorney who wants to get involved, we want you to come out. We view this as one big family, and sometimes as a new attorney, you may not know, like, who should I reach out to? Who can point me in the right direction? I don't want to necessarily talk to my current boss about something.
Right.
Yeah, come out here, talk to us. So we also have frequent happy hours. Again, just to meet some of the new folks who are coming up, law students or new associate attorneys.
And you also provide scholarships for law students.
We do. So another good point, at our Summer Soiree, we will be giving out a scholarship for folks who are in law school. Again, it's a way of like building up our pipeline of attorneys. We want to encourage new attorneys to stay involved in the community. We want them to have a safe space. We want them to know that there are other attorneys out there that look like them, and they can come out and follow in our footsteps, or not. Just talk to us and see what's going on, and then we can kind of point them in the right direction.
And for those students who might be interested, is it the same link?
Same link. There is another space on there, and you could submit your application for the scholarship. We are accepting them right now. We're vetting them right now. So if you're interested, you still have a chance before the end of the month to turn in your scholarship application, and you might turn around and win one right there the next month in June.
Okay, and is there any restrictions, like do you have to be Filipino? Or
you don't have to be Filipino. That's what's interesting, right? So
Nice.
Coming, of course, we reach out to the Philippine community, and we always encourage Filipino students to apply, and we would love to consider their application. But no, it's open to law students. We will take that into consideration. Take all of what you do into consideration. So your grades, your extracurriculars, how you're affiliated with Follow Chicago. So that's the only trick there is you're going to have to say how you're affiliated with us.
All right. Well, for you law students out there, go for it.
For
right?
sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Free money is always nice.
So now, as the oncoming president, what are some of your goals and objectives you want to implement?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing, like I had said, is restarting the legal clinic. So that's our main goal. Get that up and running by the end of this summer. We also, of course, we have the big events that we want folks to come out for. But also, I think this year is especially important that we let folks know that we do stand up for the rule of law. And lawyers have a special place and a special duty in that space. You have rights. You have advocates who will stand up for you in those rights. And it's very important right now because I think there's a lot of information out there, a lot of opinions about what can be done, who doesn't have rights, who does have rights. Come talk to us. We'll tell you what your actual rights are, and we will advocate for you. We'll fight on your behalf, or we'll direct you to somebody who will.
Right, because there are a lot of non-for-profit organizations out there that are willing to help.
Absolutely, absolutely, and private practice attorneys. Sometimes they will volunteer their time, or you have that type of claim, and they will pick it up for a fee. I mean, sometimes you just don't know where to turn.
Right.
And so we're certainly there, and we take that role seriously.
Okay. And the clinic, will it have like a hotline where people could call into?
Yeah, so, what we prefer to do certainly is to have people be able to come in and talk to us in person. We think that that's helpful, so they get to see us. But yeah, and a lot of times we will work in conjunction with a group like Carpals, who will be able to assist online on a more regular basis. But yeah, we have a number for you guys to call. You can call in, you can leave, sometimes we'll have people who can talk to you in person. Otherwise we'll get back to you right away, and or we'll schedule for you for an appointment at our in-person clinic time. And the reason for that is we can't always have every type of attorney on call all the time. But we get lots of different attorneys who come in on that one day. And so what's nice is, you could come in with almost any kind of question. We'll have someone there who knows something about that area of law or who is an expert in that particular space. So we think that that's more efficient when someone has a question, or really what happens is they have a lot of questions. It's complicated. It's never, it's just this one legal issue. It's a lot of stuff. And so you want to have lots of different perspectives from attorneys who can help and look at that challenge from a number of different angles.
Yeah, and you're right. I mean, face-to-face, in person, I think, someone will feel a little more comfortable if they're sharing some very, intimate details, right?
For sure.
And then doing it over Zoom, so I think that's a very good way of handling that.
And I think it's very important, too, if you guys are interested, reach out ahead of time, leave us a message, especially if you have challenges with language. So you want someone who speaks Tagalog. There's plenty of Filipino attorneys who have that speak the language. But let's say you speak Spanish. So we used to have the clinic at Instituto de Progreso, which is just right up the street. Right. And we would always have Spanish speakers on hand. In the community that we're going to be in now, there's a lot of Polish speakers. If you need that or want that, let us know ahead of time. We'll make sure we've got some folks there who can help you out. So we try to be sensitive to the needs of the community, but having that in-person event gives us the opportunity to bring all of those resources in one place at one time.
Now, you mentioned Instituto. Do you still work with the Instituto?
I don't work for them anymore. Okay. So I used to work there and in a number of different roles all the way up into the executive team. So my last role there was Chief Quality Officer, and I helped oversee all of the business operations there. But they're another fantastic organization. Their CEO, Karina, is a friend of both of ours, and she's wonderful. And they have a number of different services that they provide as well.
And just so our viewers know, what is the Instituto, basically?
So it is a multifaceted community-based organization. They have two high schools, two charter high schools. They have a new nursing college, and that's all the new stuff. The actual services that they were founded on, English as a second language, citizenship programs, and then workforce training programs is really what the bread and butter of that organization is. It fits in really nicely with the stuff that I had done in other community colleges. And I think it also shows this idea of diversity is not one thing. Right. It's all of us working together and giving many different perspectives. And in that way, we can help. We can solve real problems.
Yeah, no, thank you for that message. I think that is very important. And I know it ties in with your objectives and our objectives here at the Diversity Scholarship Foundation. But it's been a pleasure to have you on the program, Ian. I'd like to have you back after your year. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Kind of like just like, okay, so how did it go?
Yeah.
Again, this was the Diversity Scholarship Foundation's Profiles in the Law, and our guest was Ian Sharping, incoming president of the Filipino American Lawyers Association, and I've been your host, Justice Jesse Reyes, Illinois Appellate Court Justice and president of the Diversity Scholarship Foundation. And have a good day.